Alright, quick mic check. How's the mic? Lamer Linux. Test, test, chat check. Sound check. Okay, we'll get started here in about 7 minutes or so. Just catching up on the Weather Channel. Blizzard warning in Boston. Oh, goody. Fix the rear view mirror. Yeah, I had my car parked in a parking lot, and you know, at the local mall, came back, and the driver's side window had like an L shape, like a crack. I'm like, probably from the cold. I can't feel it. I see it. So I'm assuming it's safe to drive because I can't feel the crack, but it kind of sucks. I was planning on shopping for a bigger monitor for these live feeds, but I gotta see how much that'll cost to repair, to replace the driver's side window. Oh well, Dagan's Tech Adventure. Hello. It sounds great. Great, thank you. How are you, Dagan? Is it cold where you're at? It's cold here. Yeah, it's 21 degrees, and anybody living in Boston, watching this in Boston, you have a blizzard coming in. Hey, Shuri! Made it to a live while you're actually live. No, this is pre-recorded, Shuri. This is not live. It was live. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. It is cold. Where's the HTC hat? I don't have the hat on. Tonight. Mystery Toss, good to see you live. Fix that car, man. It's your lifeline. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have the driver's side window checked. Man, you know, I figured I'd wait till the weather gets warm. I was gonna shop for a larger monitor. I have a 19-inch monitor. It's kind of small for these live events. I figure if I get like a 27-inch, it'd be perfect. But I'm like, gee, how much is the driver's side window gonna cost? Bye-bye monitor. Anyway, but safety comes first. I agree. Dagan says, doing good later this week. It'll be 48 in Kansas. That's a heat wave. That was then, this is now. I just got done watching the new X-Files season 11. Ah, it's awesome. Check it out. You know, X-Files, at least the pilot or the season 11, is what I call good script writing. It keeps you hooked. And you know, there's a lot of junk coming out of Hollywood, but I think these 10 episodes for this year, I think they've done it right. I'll talk a little bit about it. Then we'll go into the 5 worst and 5 best movies. Some of the 5 and best for this year. Joe Panico! Joe Paisano's in the house. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Yeah, I just got done watching the new season for the X-Files. It's good. It is really, it's user-friendly, easy to understand, good story. And I enjoyed it. I mean, they shot 10 one-hour shows, and the time goes by so fast. That's how you can tell about a good show. Got a 32-inch monitor. You will thank me tons despite the high cost. Trust me, the work you do is important. Well, thank you. I might get a 32-inch. I was thinking about a 27-inch because I thought one day I would have 2 27-inch monitors. Anyway, that was the game plan, but now with my driver's side glass window cracked, it doesn't look like I'll be buying any monitor. It's the last expense I needed, but listen, boy, this cold weather sucks. Anyway, thank you, Ashri. There's a new TV, the show the Fox called 911. Yeah, they were showing commercials. It looks pretty good. I usually watch The Blacklist. Another well-written show. But yeah, the new X-Files, 2 thumbs up. It is really, really good, and I'll talk about that in a second. So Joe, how are you? Joe, did you get a Bose Wave radio for the holidays? I think you were talking about it. Of course, I bought the Amazon Echo Dot for myself, and I use it every night and every morning. Works pretty good. Okay, 9:28. We'll get started in 2 minutes. I'm just looking at the weather, weather channel. It's going to be cold. Logan Graham is in Canada. Yes, it is cold up there. Get yourself a propane torch just to de-ice your door. Well, I never had a problem with my door locks. I spray some silicone spray inside the door lock, you know, inside the hole for the key, and that seems to work. Be careful with a propane torch or hot water. I've heard people throwing hot water on their windshield and they crack it. I'm not sure how my window cracked. I'm assuming stress fracture from the cold. Joe says, I'm cold, man. Joe, where are you at? I had a Bose. It was a mother-in-law. Ah, okay. Bought my father Echo Dot. I like mine. Yeah. Now looking back, I probably should have bought the larger one, the tower one that has a better speaker. You know, but you know, for 80 bucks or for 30 bucks, 80 bucks is the bigger one. You know, for 30 bucks, I can't complain. You know, I use it mainly to fall asleep, catch up on the podcast, daily news, set alarm, pretty much it. Chuck Norris jokes. But Wisconsin. Okay. Yeah, it's cold. It gets cold there. You cheeseheads. Packers didn't do good this year. Of course, my Cowboys failed, so. But it looks like, yeah, Boston is going to get... Oh, it's snowing in Virginia, Norfolk. Pretty heavy. Storm warning. Anyway. Cody says, consider getting a Google Home Mini. Okay. I thought about it, but there's some kind of a flaw in the Mini where when you crank up the volume, it shuts off or it resets by itself. So if you're going to get one, I'd go with the Echo Dot for now. Decided on getting games. Okay. I don't know what game. I thought about buying something to play, but I don't know. I'm waiting for the next Halo whenever that comes out, maybe next year. Okay, let's get started. It's 9:30. So welcome to another chat. This is Wednesday night, January 3rd. It is the new year, and I posted an update news. The Intel has a problem, a bug in their kernel that needs to be patched immediately. And I guess somebody said that is affecting AMD also. You were going to buy the bigger one for the speaker, but the small one was $50, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money. Okay. Yes, it is snowing. I got friends who live in Ocala, which is like in the middle, and it was cold. I don't know if it was snowing on Ocala, but it got cold. She says, yeah, it got. She was trying to go for a walk, and it was 32. I'm like, really? Yeah, I used to live in Florida. This time of year it can get cold. And I have seen snow flurries. It won't stick, but yeah. Thank you, Aishri. Yep. Try to do as much live as I can. Cody from Minnesota. The cost of memory has skyrocketed in 18 months. I did not know that. China is doing investigations on these memory manufacturers. China is doing investigations? Okay. That makes me laugh. Yes, I was talking about Intel Intel working with rivals to fix the flaw in their kernel. So it's pretty serious. Potentially hack into your system. So this may be another year of the hack. Goody. Okay, so for tonight, we'll talk about, I'll give something different for tonight. Some of my worst and best movies of 2017. I picked 5 each, 5 best and 5 worst. Tallahassee was blanketed, really? Wow, okay. All right. So, right before I was talking about the new X-Files Season 11, just saw the first episode. It rocks. Check it out. I won't spoil it, but the future of the world is in the fate of the most powerful man on Earth, and it's not the president. That's the new X-Files. Love it. I'm glad Scully and Mulder are back. There's a hint this will be the final season for the X-Files. I hope not. We'll see how the 10 episodes go, but I really enjoyed it. So check out the X-Files. Alright, so let's go into my 5 worst movies. You guys can chime in if you want to. If you have a best and a worst movie, type it in the chat and we can talk about it if you want. So this is just for fun. Not so much technology tonight, but something different. It seems like Hollywood produces a lot of junk. Some good ones, but I don't know. It seems like the true story movies seem to be the best. You know, movies inspired by true events are the best. Superman. The very first Superman movie was good. And I enjoyed Man of Steel, but that's not 2017, Cody. But yeah, Man of Steel was okay. I think they're working on a sequel to that. But I did enjoy Man of Steel. And I'm not sure what's up with RAM costs. Have not heard or seen anything. I don't know. Okay. These are my top 5 worst movies in no particular order. Some of these you may agree with. Well, I have on my list Transformers 5. I liked the first one. The second one was okay. The ones after that, not really. Again, lots and lots of special effects, cutscenes, high camera motion. It's dizzying. And it just goes to prove that expensive special effects doesn't always equate to a good quality movie. So Transformers 5 had to be on my list for one of the worst movies. Oh, Cody, that was in response to X-Files saving the world. Oh, okay, got it. Sorry. It's not Superman that saves the world in X-Files, although I think he thinks he's Superman, but it's not Superman. Okay, so Transformers 5 is one movie on my list for one of the worst movies. I don't know, they keep making them. I guess they keep making money. Oh well. Alright, so the second one on my list for one of the worst movies of 2017, but they keep making these. There is another sequel coming out, I think next year. This one is called the one for 2017 well, not good. 50 Shades Darker. Of course, based on a popular book written a few years ago. These kind of movies have an appeal, but if the story isn't there, I guess it doesn't matter. The best for you, Logan, was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Okay, alright, cool. Did not see that one. Wow. Okay, the next bad movie on my list, and I kind of like the actor. He was the actor in the movie 300 about the 300 Spartans. I forget his name. Is it Gerard? Gerard Butler? Anyway, he was in a movie called Geostorm. Another world coming to an end by weather effects, heavy special effects. It kind of reminds me. Well, it's the same people who did, I think, the Day After Tomorrow 2012, yet another world disaster movie, Geostorm. Wasn't that a car? Maybe that was a Chevrolet Geo. Anyway, Geostorm is on my list. Cody, have you seen Star Trek Beyond and Star Wars The Last Jedi? I did not care for the last Star Trek Beyond. Yeah, I think they're working on a new one. And there's news that Quentin Tarantino might direct it. And it'd be rated R. I'm not sure about that one. Rated R Star Trek? I don't know. Anyway. The next movie on my list, and this is, I'm not sure if it's really bad, but more of a disappointment. Alien Covenant. And I was expecting more from Ridley Scott. I mean, the movie looks great. It feels great, music and all that. But the story, man, it's just, it was worse than Prometheus story-wise, even though there was more action. I don't know. I think Ridley Scott should give it up as far as Alien goes. Focus on whatever he wants to do. I think his last really good movie was The Martian, I think. He's got a new one out called All the Money in the World. I think it's based on a true story. I haven't seen it. But Alien Covenant was disappointing. Yeah, I was expecting more, and it didn't scare me. It didn't really... It looks good. And that's about it for Alien Covenant. The Day After Tomorrow was a good movie. I vaguely remember The Day After Tomorrow. It was okay. Yeah. Gerard Butler, the lead vocalist of My Chemical Romance. I don't know. Is he? He sings? Okay. Alright, finally the last worst movie on my list. Baywatch. Do I have to say any more? I like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He's fun to watch. But if you're going to make a movie out of a TV series, I'm waiting for Knight Rider. It's all coming true. Talking cars, self-driving cars. You know, back in the 80s, it was all fantasy, but now it's all true. So if you're going to make a movie out of a TV series, pick Knight Rider and not Baywatch. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. So that's my top 5 worst list. Transformers 5, 50 Shades Darker, Geostorm, Alien Covenant, and Baywatch. Fox has a problem with not letting directors have creative control. Which is why James Cameron didn't do any more Alien movies himself. Aliens was the best Alien. I think the first 2 are the best. What's his name wanted to do a Alien? The man who did District 9. Shoot, I can't think of his name now. He was gonna do the Halo movie, but then that fell through. I can't think of his name. The director for District 9. Somebody help me out here. Young man. He's done a few movies since then. Elysium is one that was okay. A movie called Chappie. Oh, what's the director's name? Anyway, he had an idea for the Alien movie, the next Alien movie, Alien 5, and Fox pulled it. They did not give it to him. They should have, because Sigourney Weaver was going to come back, and that's what I would be waiting for. I think the Alien franchise belongs to Sigourney Weaver as Ripley, in my opinion. And they were also going to bring back one of the Marines, Hicks, the actor who plays Hicks, Ripley and Hicks in Alien 5. I don't know the whole plot. There were some pictures posted, some art posted from the director. Looked pretty good, but that's the one they should have made, and not Alien Covenant. Was almost a waste of a movie. But again, that's strictly my opinion. Can I think of the director's name? Neil Blomkamp, that's his name. Neil Blomkamp. Yeah, he wrote the script for the Halo movie that never was, and that's a shame. He had a good vision for it. He did a few short clips for Halo, like some test scenes to see what it would look like, and I thought it looked pretty good. But yeah, Neil Blomkamp should have done the Halo sequel or prequel or whatever it's called. Fox has too much control. Maybe they do. Although they did let X-Files come back. Good decision. Looking forward to next week's episode of the X-Files. Definitely check out the new X-Files. I think it's pretty good. Solid stuff to keep you in suspense. Well, let's go to my top 5, the best movies of 2017. A movie called Wind River. Again, I won't spoil these, but I believe this is based on a true story. Wind River, just like it sounds. If you like outdoorsy type of movie, cinematography looks great. Somewhat unknown actors, but that's okay. But a beautiful story, a beautifully shot film. No special effects, none that I recall. But check out Wind River if you like those kind of stories. Anarita. The worst movie was Star Wars: Last Jedi. Went out of 5. For me, boo movie, no plot, no character development. Well, I think out of those, I think The Force Awakens put me to sleep because I predicted the story. I felt ripped off. I love the Halo games too. Yes, yeah. Halo. Well, I will say for Halo 5, except for the fantastic ending, Asheri, you didn't really miss much, in my opinion. Yeah, I think the Master Chief is in 3 out of the 10 missions, which is stupid. But the ending, I won't spoil it, is pretty good. It has something to do with Cortana going rogue. But you didn't miss much with Halo 5, in my opinion. Alright, so Wind River. A movie called The Darkest Hour, World War II type of movie about, this is the actor Gary Oldman, and this is about Winston Churchill, I do believe, which speaks for itself. So check out The Darkest Hour. Great title for a flick. Dinner Rush. Joe, who stars in that? I don't think I've heard of it, have I? I don't think I have. I may have to check it out. Dinner Rush. Oh, dinner. So it stars Italians drinking wine. The sequel to Dinner Rush is Wine Rush. Okay. The Darkest Hour is number 2. Well, somebody does not like Star Wars. I like The Last Jedi. I think it's one of the best movies for in terms of high-tech, expensive technology movies. The Last Jedi kept my attention. The movie's a little bit long, but not too long. And I enjoyed Star Wars: The Last Jedi much better than The Force Awakens. It has its flaws, not perfect. Probably none of them are. Check out Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It's better than The Force Awakens. Not better than Rogue One. Rogue One was somewhat different type of a story, but I enjoyed The Last Jedi. I did not feel cheated or ripped off watching The Last Jedi as I did feel ripped off watching The Force Awakens. Hello, Ben. Get that Italian accent going. Tony Soprano, man. I'll talk like the Godfather. Don't treat me so disrespectfully, you know? You gotta go watch these movies and pay your dues, okay? Alright, so we have The Last Jedi. The next one, and I thought it bombed at the box office, or it didn't make, or broke even, but you know what? I liked it. Blade Runner 2049. Of course, the sequel to the one that came out back in 1981 with Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford comes back in this towards the end. This one is definitely too long. Definitely. They could have shaved 15 minutes, but it looks great. And the story got my attention. Great special effects. But the story's there. I did recognize some of the actors. One of the actors was a bad guy in the last Bond flick, the movie Spectre. But I enjoyed Blade Runner 2049. It's not as bad as people think. But I guess it was super expensive to make, $150 million to make the movie. I don't know. But yeah, check out Blade Runner 2049. It looks great in my opinion. You enjoyed watching the last stand between the first, yeah, and Luke Skywalker. I enjoyed that scene also. It made me laugh in a good way, Cody. But yeah, I think Star Wars: The Last Jedi pretty much is what I expected. It's not perfect, like I said, but and I think Star Wars: The Last Jedi just reached a milestone. It passed the $1 billion in ticket sales rather quickly. So that's saying something. But I don't know what the next one's called for this one. I believe there's a spin-off called the Han Solo story, or Star Wars Solo, or something like that. That's coming out in the spring. But yeah, Last Jedi was better, in my opinion. Okay, the last movie on my list, you may or may not have heard of this one. It's called Baby Driver. It stars Kevin Spacey as a bad guy. I think he's always a bad guy. Great job playing a bad guy. And this is about a young guy. His name is Baby, and he's a getaway driver whose name is Baby. I won't give it away, but I like this because it's different. It almost sounds silly to read the plot, but it's intense. The car chase scenes are fantastic. I felt for the young man named Baby, who was forced to be this, getaway driver for this crime boss, played by Kevin Spacey. But check out Baby Driver, if anything, because it's different. I was not expecting this to be good, but it was. TJ Wolf, hello. So those are my top 5 movies for 2017. Wind River, The Darkest Hour, The Last Jedi, Blade Runner 2049, and I'm guessing there will not be another sequel to Blade Runner. They're too expensive. And Baby Driver. The 5 worst: Transformers 5, 50 Shades Darker, Geostorm, Alien Covenant, more of a disappointment, Alien Covenant, and Baywatch. Forget TV movies to cinema unless it's Knight Rider. Yeah, Kevin Spacey is really a bad guy now. Yeah, I know. It's a shame, man. All this news coming out, not just here but around the world with this. Well, I won't go there. One movie I want to mention, if you like outdoorsy stuff, check out a movie called The Mountain Between Us with Kate Winslet. Of course, she's famous from the movie Titanic. Not a great movie, but I enjoyed it because of its beautiful outdoor snow-capped mountain cinematography. And it has a happy ending. Kind of mushy happy ending. But check out, if you like outdoor films, check out The Mountain Between Us. I think it's based on a book. Ex Machina and The Island are great. Ex Machina I did not see. The Island I think I saw. Does that star that young lady, Anarita, The Island? Anyway, I think I saw The Island. Different kind of a story. I think the director, before he did Transformers, did The Island. I think it's the same guy. Yeah. So that's it. My top 5 worst, my top 5 best. Not a complete list. But pretty close to what I think were the 5 worst and 5 best movies for 2017. You know, maybe they should make a movie about how Linux is going to conquer the world. Just a thought. Just watched a movie with Kate Winslet and Jack Black. It was a holiday drama flick. It's about these 2 different people live across the world from each other due to a home exchange. Okay. A 2005 movie? Okay, that sounds about right. Because Transformer, the first one, came out in 2007? 8? I lost track. There was one movie I saw. It came out a few years ago, based on a true story, with Angela Jolie, and the actor from Burn Notice was really good, really intense. I'm gonna say it was called The Changeling. I could be wrong, but do a search for that. Angelina Jolie and Jeffrey Donovan. Really, really good, intense story. Man, that one hit home. I felt for the characters. I don't know what movies I will be seeing this year. I might go see the next Star Wars film out of curiosity, the Han Solo story, or whatever it's going to be called. I think we'll have an announcement for the next Bond flick, possibly. Maybe an announcement for the next Alien movie. I think Ridley Scott wants to do at least one more Alien, called Alien Awakening. Don't do it, really. Just give it to the other guy, man. I love your stuff, but enough. I did not see Be Cool. No. John Travolta and Uma Thurman. John Travolta just finished a movie called Gotti, based on the life of John Gotti. It was supposed to be released last month, but they pulled it. I'm not sure why. But it's based on a true story on the life of John Gotti, starring John Travolta. Yeah, lose track with Marvel movies. There's so many of these superhero movies. They cost billions of dollars to make. As long as people keep paying to watch. The Han Solo do the famous Kessel Run. Well, I'm curious about the Han Solo movie also. Yes. So. Alright, so that's my list for the top movies. Star Wars is no longer Star Wars with Disney, so Star Wars is a milking cow. Fair enough. Although Rogue One was good. I think they did that one right. So, a residue of brilliance, I guess. Be Cool. I'll have to remember Be Cool. Easy title to remember, right? Be Cool. Christina Milian and Steven Tyler. Okay. Steven Tyler from Aerosmith? That's Steven Tyler? Is that his name? Be Cool. Yeah, I mean, they went into a different direction. The Force Awakens was disappointing, although I loved the ending. Rogue One was good. Yeah. Spin-off, sort of. And who knows? Maybe Han Solo's going to be the best one. Dunkirk put me to sleep. There's just something about it. It just wasn't for me. It looked great. I guess it's based on a true story also. It should have been fantastic. I guess a lot of people liked it, but I don't know, man. It's not for me. Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. Okay, cool. No Jar Jar Binks. That was an unusual character, yeah. Yeah. The Phantom Menace, the best part was the pod racers. Some guy said they did the sound effects for the engines. They took a pot, turned the pot upside down, took a shaver, stuck it inside the pot, and turned the shaver on. And that was the engines, the sounds of the engines for the pod racer. They were like Blade Runner. Yeah, it does drag on. It's not everybody's kind of movie, TJ Wolf, but it kept my attention. But they should have shaved about 15 minutes off of it, yeah. Yeah. Open Shot wants to crash less in 2018. I believe it when I see. I'm just looking at the ticker feed. 8 crazy Linux predictions, not addiction. I was gonna say 8 crazy Linux addictions. Predictions for 2018. Jar Jar was your favorite character? I tell you, the character I liked was he kind of floated. So you want to cut a deal? Yeah, you come here, you talk to me like this. There. You know what I mean. Who was the character? It was a flying bug. So I will tell you what I can sell you. I don't know where he is. I forget the character's name. What do you mean? Yes, you need to give Blade Runner a chance. Watch the whole thing. You will like it. What is that character in Star Wars? I think it was Phantom Menace. He was like a floating bug or something. Like a traitor or something. You gotta install a ROM in OnePlus 5. Gotta put some background music in the background. You can use the background music I have. The Flying Bug Boss. Yes. Oh, Trump? Couldn't resist. Alright, Asheri. Great fun having you here. Thank you. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Stay warm. See what I mean, eh? I'm looking at the ticker feed on the top. UK faces buildup of plastic waste. Only the UK? Trump, the Flying Bug Boss. Watto? Was that him? Watto? Maybe it was Watto. Yeah, he talking like this. Hey, Watto. What's up, Watto? Watto. Okay, Logan. Scan technique reveals secret writing in mummy cases. Ooh. Secret writing about ancient aliens? I don't know. They keep finding new stuff on mummies. It's like, you know, where does it end? It ends with the X-Files. That doesn't. I guess the big news. Your wife heard me? Is that Toss? Yes, The Godfather. Yeah, The Godfather's not talking like this. Eh? I think The Godfather would slap Watto, and they'd say, "Oh, you're talking like this. You treat me so disrespectfully. What's your problem, eh? Hey, what's the matter with you?" Yeah, I think the big story this week had to be the, I was gonna post something on it, but maybe I still will. The famous YouTuber, what's his name, Logan Paul or whatever his name is, Logan something. What a mess. Yeah. I think it's videos like that that give YouTubers and free speech a bad name. Logan Paul, there we go. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? He apologizes over Japan. Yeah, it's I guess there's a suicide forest in Japan, some kind of ritual that people do. It's kind of sad, but I guess he posted a video on it, made fun of it in a way, and you know, this hurts YouTube. It hurts other content creators who are trying to avoid this, survive this adpocalypse. It's hurt a lot of YouTubers, and YouTubers like that, even though he apologized, makes it worse. It really does. You know, it's great to have the right to free speech and say anything that you want, but saying anything that you want is not always right. Right? I think so. Gaming addiction classified as disorder by the WHO. Oh, by the band? The WHO doesn't like it? That's the World Health Organization, by the way. He was out for views. Joe, I don't know the guy, and up until this week, I didn't know much about him or this Japanese ritual forest or whatever it's called. I think he said he did it to raise awareness to, you know, what's going on there. But that's kind of me wanting to raise awareness of texting and driving by waiting for a teenager to wreck and harm himself, and then, hey, I filmed it to raise awareness of texting and driving. I mean, he's not a baby, he's an adult, and I think he did it for publicity. He's got a gazillion followers. I guess he's a millionaire, and I think that's what he did it for. But once again, it hurts the rest of us who don't post stuff like that, who get videos demonetized, like half of mine are, it seems. And it's impossible to catch up. It's just, you know, it's I wasn't expecting it to be this bad, to be quite honest. I'm not sure how to fix it. Let's see. The wife just said today's the first episode of the X-Files. Yeah, I just saw the first one. Fox TV channel for the X-Files. Yes, I just saw the season 11 premiere a couple hours ago. Anna Rita, it is, I give it 2 thumbs up. It's fantastic. And I won't spoil it. You guys are going to have to watch it. But the world is in the hands of the only man who can save it, and it's not the president. It's a character on the X-Files. But it makes sense. Very good story. Very intense. So check it out. But yeah, Joe, I think he was out for views. You know, it's not like he posted that video, which I guess was sickening, and it's not like, you know, he had 4 million people unsubscribe. He made money off of it. It's that simple. Although I think that video was demonetized, but I think in general for his channel, you know, I don't know. I guess if he wants to redeem himself, maybe he should donate some money to health groups. You know, it's just a thought. I would, if I messed up like that and I had millions of followers making millions of dollars, I would donate, you know, to a favorite charity or something and say, look, I messed up. You know, and I want to make it right, but it's bad. Here comes Adpocalypse number 3. Anyway, so well, that's all I had for this evening. I'll stick on a little bit longer if you guys want to chat. It's fine with me. I'm just watching the Weather Channel. It takes, what does the ticker say? It takes 17 hours for an image to burn in on the iPhone. Oh, on the iPhone 10, okay. Yep, it takes one bad apple to spoil it for all the bunch. Yeah, a rotten apple in the bunch. I agree. Yeah, I agree, Anna Rita. Yeah, it's not what we needed to start the new year. We'll see what happens. You know, but as long as people like that have followers, I think it encourages that kind of behavior, in my opinion. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but it doesn't look good. Just looking at the ticker here. AT&T sued over layoffs. Oh well. Alright, enough of that. So that was the Ticker app. That's T-I-C-K-R in Linux and Windows if you want to check it out. That's what I use some time to catch up on the news. So, and that's it. That's all I had for tonight. The last distro I tested was MX17. I liked it a lot. It's pretty good. Don't know what I'll be looking at next. Yeah. What will happen to Spatry, you mean? I don't know. I have no clue. We were doing a weekly podcast show for a while. We started it back in 2011, I think, 2012. It was successful for both him and myself. And I really don't know. We've been... I'm thinking about starting up another weekly Linux show podcast. I've been in contact with Tom from Switch to Linux to do possibly a weekly podcast. Ben, I have not looked at Calculate, no. Been thinking about it, but I'm not sure if I want to spend the effort for so little in return. I don't know. I'll think about it. It's been in my mind. I'm not sure what to call it. The weekly Linux show. Linux Week. I don't know. The Newbies Linux show. The World Linux show. The American Linux show. American Linux show. American Linux show. It has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? The American Linux show. Linux Newbies podcast. American Linux show. I don't know. Yes, he does like to be loud. Thanks, Ben. Yeah. Yeah, if we were going to do it, I'd have to talk to Switch to Linux, but if we were going to do it, it would be something like more for beginners, not too high technical. Keep it light, funny, and informational. Kind of like, not so much what Spatry did with News and Nonsense, which is really whimsical, more like the Ubuntu podcast. And we could have two opposite people. For example, we could have Tom, who has switched to Linux, and I have not. Well, I dual boot, so I've switched to dual boot, but I haven't totally switched to Linux. But I thought of doing something with Switch to Linux because it would be something like opposites getting together and talking about Linux from two perspectives from a Linux user and a Windows user. Just. I don't know, weekly Linux show, American Linux show, but if I'm gonna tackle something like that again on a regular schedule, it would have to be worthwhile. Something where you get more attention, more views, maybe some sponsorships, stuff like that. The only one that has been successful lately, it seems, it's Brian Lunduke, who's done fairly well. Deservedly so. Ben, you triple boot. Why not? You know something, Lamer? Yeah, maybe you could be a guest on the show, just like they do on Destination Linux. Yeah. I think that would work because there's not a lot of Linux for newbies these days. That is true. I'm surprised. If you want Linux to expand on the desktop, you would think. I did about 3 or 4 Linux Newbies podcasts. I posted it on the Patreon page. And then Patreon changed their policy and I canceled my Patreon page probably too soon. I should have given it a chance to see if they would work. But, I mean, I could do it again. Yeah, just having different views. So we'll see. You know, I'll get in touch with Switch to Linux, and you know, go from there. You know, think of a name. I kind of like American Linux Show, ALS. I don't know. I mean, we had the Linux Action Show. I don't know. I'll think about it. Yeah. But right now, really, there's only really a couple podcasts that I listen to on a weekly basis. That's Destination Linux and Ubuntu Linux. I think Mintcast, they do theirs once or twice a month. Yeah, late night Linux I've heard of. Mintcast, Going Linux. Yeah. Ubuntu podcast. You like ALS? American Linux Show. Okay. Yeah, I think the Ubuntu podcast right now, they're on a break, I think. Anarita, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Now that show I like because it has one of the hosts is the developer of Ubuntu Mate, Martin Wimpress. So it's informative and funny at the same time, and fairly short, like 30 minutes, sometimes a little less, which would be plenty in my opinion. It's strictly audio. It's not a video cast, but I do like the Ubuntu podcast, yeah. Yep. Okay, so anything else for this evening before we wrap it up? They said so they would be taking a break. Do you know when they will be back? Maybe something was posted. I don't know. I can't remember. All right. I don't have anything else for tonight. So if something comes up, let me know. They did not say. Okay. Your wife and I like you, so anything with you in it. Thank you. It's greatly appreciated. They did not. Okay, maybe they'll post something soon. Using Debian. Debian's good. It's good. From the stable branch. Not really for beginners, but it's good. Yeah. We'll have to do a podcast on how Linux is making you sick to your stomach, but you keep coming back to Linux, Ben. The X-Files brought you back. Linux X-Files edition. I wonder what that would look like. Pictures of aliens, the sky, darkness. Yeah, why not? There's a Hannah Montana Linux. Let's have an X-Files Linux. Alright, maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching this Wednesday night chat here on the Total OS Today Technology channel. And I might edit this into a podcast, maybe put it up on archive.org. Look for the link if I do it. I'll have to do some editing, shorten it up. And you know, if you guys missed any of this or want to listen to it as you're driving or walking or freezing in the cold, yeah, Linux Mint, Ubuntu Mate are the best. Yeah. So look for that audio download, and download is free. But you know, if you can't support the channel, if you can, it'll be greatly appreciated. So, all right, good night, everyone, and I will catch you guys on the next one sometime soon. All right, take care.